Now that you've met with him, that you've spoken with him multiple times, do you still think he's a fascist?
Yes.
And do you tell him that?
Yes. And if we do not go down the first path, the city will be forced down a second, more harmful path. Faced with no other choice, the city would have to exercise the only revenue lever fully within our own control. We would have to raise property taxes.
You know, you can't tax people out of New York. When you tax people out of New York, you never get them back. They think they're going to get them back. Like she's trying to get them back now. It's a very dangerous thing that's happening right now.
Summertime expenses in 2026 are stacking up faster than ever. For those pricey family vacations and record gas prices to looming tuition and camp fees, for many of us, it feels like the only option is swiping a credit card, leaving you trapped in a cycle of high interest debt. Homeowners, American Financing has a way out. This isn't about shortcuts. It's a real strategic plan to reset your finances and reclaim your budget. At American Financing, they specialize in building a plan tailored specifically to your goals. They look at your current debt and show you exactly how your home's equity can work smarter for you. Imagine rolling that high interest debt into one simple, manageable monthly payment. There are no upfront fees and zero pressure. Just honest advice from salary-based consultants. On average, their customers are saving $800 a month. That's real breathing room. Start today, and you may be able to delay 2 mortgage payments. American Financing, America's home for home loans. Call 866-889-8010. That's 866-889-8010 or AmericanFinancing.net/Tatum. This just happened, I think it was yesterday, where you had these nut job leftist lunatics who are literally trying to take over our country. These people are Islamists who, in my opinion, deserve to, if they're not citizens, they need to be kicked out of our country. This is one of the most dangerous ideologies, most hateful ideologies that have ever existed in the United States of America. I would say even more dangerous and hateful than the Ku Klux Klan. And how are some people not bringing this up? You don't have to like Jews. Nobody say you gotta like anybody. I don't believe in people being anti-Semitic, which means that you just hate them for no reason. But you don't have to like anybody. Nobody told you gotta like people. But when you have a group like that, that's literally calling for the end of the United States of America, calling for hatred and discrimination against a group of people because of their religious ideology, it's wrong. All right, Sam Harris had something incredible to say that I think puts a bow on this whole Mamdani, New York protest that happened the other day. Roll the clip.
The left has been successfully manipulated by Islamists and apologists for Islamists. In certain cases, this is a knowing alliance, and in certain cases, just frank manipulation, and people on the left are morally confused. You know, I don't think someone like Hassan Piker is confused. I think he knows exactly what sort of alliance he has, and I think that's true of Mamdani, too.
Do you think Mamdani is an Islamist?
Certainly an apologist for Islamists. The fact that he can't quite figure out what's wrong with the phrase globalize the intifada, and that the worst he'll say of it is that he doesn't use that language, nor does he encourage it, but he's not going to condemn it. He's a proud DSA member. You know, they were out on October 8th supporting Hamas. There's just no way that should be possible.
Yeah.
And there's no way that anyone who's got that level of callousness and confusion being charitable, should be running a major American city, right? Much less being the poster boy for the future of democratic politics. So, I mean, there's something very sinister about the way Islamists have spread their ideology through the West and targeted liberals.
And some conservatives, as you know exactly what I'm talking about. You won't see them criticize this behavior that I'm about to show you. Roll the clip.
An anti-Israel mob clashing with counter-protesters near a synagogue in Brooklyn, New York, ending with the NYPD making several arrests. It comes on the heels of another chaotic demonstration last week in Manhattan. Nate Foy is live in Brooklyn. He's got more on this story for us. Nate?
Hey, Sandra. Yeah, this is the second time we've seen a similar protest in 7 days. And the NYPD tells Fox this morning they took 4 people into custody after an anti-Israel protest that started right here at this Jewish center and synagogue in Brooklyn. It then spread throughout the rest of this predominantly Jewish neighborhood. The protesters were interrupting an event advertising real estate in Israel and the West Bank. At times, the protest turned violent, forcing police to step in. Take a look. Sandra, this is the same exact group who clashed with police outside a synagogue last week in New York City's Upper East Side, chanting Israel should not exist and Palestine will never die.
Now think about this for a minute. You got people protesting in America defending two different countries that's not America. Isn't that weird? Now, I lean more towards supporting the Jewish people because they're in their community, they're doing their own thing, and these nut jobs come up and harass them and try to shut down their events. But let me tell you what you don't see. And if you got it, show me. You don't see Jewish people going and intentionally going into cities where there's Palestinians, wearing their swirls and doing all this stuff and antagonizing and assaulting people and calling death to Islam. These people are minding their own business. And the nut jobs come over into their community. The same ones that say globalize the intifada, which means that they want to take over the entire world, even the United States of America. I rarely see Jewish people that complain about being an American. But I cannot, it's endless at these people, these Islamists that complain about being an American, they hate America. Let's go to the city council woman, her comments. Roll it.
Republican New York City Councilwoman Vicky Palladino posted on X, quote, "This is what New York now has to look forward to, and it's going to get much worse for Jews, for homeowners, for businesses, for executives and banks and restaurants, and everyone who isn't part of their radical nexus. Nobody is safe. Everyone will be targeted." Palladino also criticized New York City Mayor Zoran Mamdani, saying New Yorkers are now getting what they voted for and that he was elected to facilitate this kind of chaos.
100%. Now, let me add this component to it, and you guys can play this as B-roll, but let me add this component to it. All of the people that I know that are very wealthy and successful that lived in New York, they either have moved or they're going to move. And I've seen Ken Griffin, I've seen Jamie Dimon, multi-billion-dollar companies, trillion-dollar companies, multi-billion-dollar real estate, where they're moving out of New York and moving to Florida. I saw a video where Ken Griffin is building like a $5 billion building so they can be headquartered in Florida. And they're literally going to leave and have virtually nothing to do with New York. It is crazy what's about to happen in New York, man. And now you got these ragheads in the middle of the street talking about Allah Akbar. Like, you know, this is the thing that bothers me, man. Like, in America, you can believe in whatever you want to believe in. But there's no other group trying to thwart others' expression of faith. There's no other group that are literally out here trying to take over, where they're going through Jewish neighborhoods trying to cause fights and issues. You rarely see that they want to pray in the middle of the street, blocking traffic. Allah Akbar. I don't see any other religious group in America doing that but them. I'm just saying, y'all need to be watching out for these people, man. Y'all need to watch out for them. I saw a guy was at the UFC. I was at Zuffa Boxing. Shout out to Zuffa Boxing, Dana White. I was at Zuffa Boxing over the weekend. I was in the VIP, and I saw a guy in the corner kneeling and putting his head on the ground. Now, my thing is this. He was in the corner. He's doing his thing. Nobody's seeing him. I thought he passed out, so that's the only reason I was looking for him. He in the corner doing his thing, man. That man can worship God, the God he want to worship in that way. It's the ones that trying to be out in the middle of the thing doing the Allah Akbar. Somebody in the middle of the fight doing Allah Akbar. They want to block traffic doing the Allah Akbar and stuff. Those are the ones that I think that you should be questioning.